Abigail, distantly your wife. How fascinating. What an intriguing play regarding the Salem witch trials of late 1600s. What do you think, Don?
Dungarees burger! What's the big idea?
Were you even paying attention?
Take a wild guess, Tom.
Dungarees, you realize this is important for our careers. This is our senior year of high school, and colleges will be paying close attention to our academic status this year when considering us for their schools. You should really be dungarees.
Dungarees burger man! Will you quit doing that?
This is important, Don.
Todd, the Salem witch files are far from important.
They are the Salem witch trials. You should know this, Don. We have a test on it last block today.
You must be pretty excited.
This is no joking matter, dungarees. You seriously need to—
Cool your pits, bungalow. I've never passed a test. Why should I start now? Blue people like onions. That they do, Death.
Dungarees. I don't know how to get through to him.
I do. What's the matter with you? Mickey Mouse is my accountant.
This is important, Don. Come on. We'll meet in the library during lunch to go over the book.
Eat my shorts, Todd.
But it's important.
Fine. If you want me to be part of your little nerd date, I will. Just Death, try not to wet anyone else's pants in the meantime. I make no promises, Sister Christian.
You have a little—
Todd,
Sorry.
There's a time when you don't know what to do, but one thing I know is that I'd like to spend it with you. We've been together for many years. I'd like to consider us more than peers. And if the one thing is for sure, when I'm with my friends, it's not a bore. The Gumball Shuffle. The Gumball Shuffle. And if you don't like our rad style, we hope you get lost in the river of the night.
whispering because you had to go and wet my pants. I was trying to wake you up. You knew that me wetting your pants would get your attention. Well, I can wet my own pants, thank you very much. Are you trying to ditch? You know what Widow said, you can't
Relax,
ditch.
Frohan, I'm not trying to ditch.
Why aren't you in the library? You promised me and Todd to meet us there.
Well, in case you haven't noticed, I'm in the middle of sneaking around because it's like an incident that caused a dance class.
You mean wetting your pants? Why do you care so much about what others think of you?
Because if one person finds out about it, then another will, then another will, and before you know it, the entire school will be calling me Dungarees Better Burger.
I think you're over-exaggerating.
I'm not over-exaggerating.
Oh, Dungarees, what's up? I don't want to know anymore. Oh, say, can you see?
Widow Dungarees wet his big boy Dungarees.
Oh my gosh, sir, that's really good. That's really good, sir.
I gotta tell Gary.
Oh gosh, I need a new job.
Hey, Gary.
What's happening, my main man?
Get this. Dungarees wet his big boy Dungarees. What kid wets himself in high school?
Well, you did last year, boss.
Good day.
Oh, I gotta tell someone. Wait, think this out, Gear Bear. You could be ruining some kid's life. But the other teachers will get such a kick out of it. I'm such a naughty boy.
Hello?
How's my favorite history teacher doing?
Oh, you.
Guess what?
What?
Well, according according to the man upstairs, Dungarees.
Who is the man upstairs?
Well, Wicker.
Why did you call him the man upstairs?
Well, he's on the third floor and we're on the second.
Oh, well. Okay, what did he say?
He said, Dungarees, where does Big Boy Dungarees?
Oh, really?
Yep, spread the word, sister.
Oh, okay, you got it, girlfriend. Hey, guess what?
No way.
Wait, are you serious? Are you freaking kidding me?
Isn't he like 17?
That's humiliating. Ha ha ha. Humiliating.
Are they?
Hey, Todd, don't you have third lunch?
Oh, hey, Mr. Gleason. I'm waiting for Def to get back. He's looking for Dungarees. He's supposed to meet us here to review the Crucible before the test.
Okay, well, I'll see you. Wait. Dungarees? Studying for a test? Never thought I heard those words in the same sentence.
Neither did I, Mr. Gleason. Neither did I.
How'd you get that toward? How'd you get him to review with you?
Well, Def had to... Jeez.
An hour and a half. It's been an hour and a half. 17 teachers have seen me. They started bursting out laughing, saying, Dungarees, what a big one, Dungarees.
Teachers?
Yep. Thanks to Jimi Hendrix over here.
So what the teachers are making fun of you? Why do you care? You hate the teachers anyway.
Well, think about this, Steph. If all these whack job teachers keep mocking me, the kids are bound to catch on.
Relax. At least none of the students know about this little incident.
Sophia Brown, please report to the office. He what? Dungarees? Dungarees Bergerman? Wet his pants? What a crack up!
My life is over.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Def.
That's why I'm here. I've shattered my weenus.
He's not wrong, though. I'm officially a dweeb.
Come on, Don. Being a dweeb isn't that bad. You call us dweebs every day. Take a look at us. Are we that bad?
Excuse me, sir. Yes, what is it? 2 divided by zebra is? Oh, can you tell me what happened to my wife? I can't. Why not? I just can't. Tell me the truth. You don't want to hear it. I swear on my orangutang's grave, I want to know. Okay, fine. Your wife is my mom. So that means you're my daughter? All right, so. You're so beautiful. Why did you leave? I just wasn't ready for the responsibility. Oh, bullcrap. You know what? What? Took care of that old fart.
Did he just kill his daughter?
That he just literally met?
My life is over.
At least people aren't calling you Dungarees Bedwetter Bergerman.
That's even better!
Let's face it. Just change my name and leave the state.
Dungarees. That's a terrible idea.
You're right. Leaving the country's a safer bet. I can fly to London tomorrow. I can...
Dumb. This is ridiculous.
Well, I won't be able to live like this. It's been less than 2 hours. Imagine what it'll be like tomorrow when I get to school. It'll be absolute torture.
You know, Dungarees, someone being declared something that they're not and being tortured because of it by their entire community, it really reminds me of something. Do you know what it reminds me of?
Godfather Part 2?
No. What? This is nothing like The Godfather Part 2.
This could not get any worse.
Reminds me of The Crucible.
I stand corrected.
No, seriously, hear me out. So the play starts with a group of young girls dancing in the woods, then the local minister catches them and gets them into big trouble and brings them back into town.
So this is what death feels like.
No, death is a whole lot nicer than this. Trust me, I speak from experience.
Listen, it gets a lot better. Soon after one of the girls, Paris's daughter, Betty, falls into a coma, then the rumors start going around about people dancing in the woods and all that shenanigans, and town begins to suspect that they're witches of some sort. Doesn't that remind you of something?
Footloose?
No, it's nothing like Footloose.
Oh, come on. Kids getting in trouble for dancing? That's the plot of Footloose.
It's also the plot of Godfather Part 2.
It's nothing like Godfather Part 2.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Thank you.
Godfather Part 3.
No!
So anyways, Betty, the girl who was in a coma, wakes up and begins screaming. The rumors spread across the town of Salem and that she's bewitched, and everyone believes them.
Is this supposed to make me feel better?
Not yet. Well, listen. Abigail, one of the girls dancing in the woods, talks to some of the other girls and she tells them not to admit anything to anyone. John Proctor, the guy who caught them dancing, talks to Abigail alone.
Wish you were talking to yourself alone.
We then find out that while Abigail was working in Proctor's home the previous year, she had an affair with him. When Proctor's wife got word of this, she fired Abigail, but Abigail still has feelings for Proctor. But he denies her and says that she has to stop fooling around with the other girls.
Sounds like these people could really benefit from being on an episode of Oprah.
Think of a way to remember it, Dungarees. Relate to something that you know well.
How about that time when my sisters asked you to help them write a song and you tried to make a move on them?
So I was thinking we could do something.
Do you have a car?
Yeah, but anyways, I was thinking that
Do you sanitize regularly?
I think so.
What kind of champagne?
Some kind in a bottle.
You're so funny.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave.
No!
No, seriously.
No, no, no!
People get away from me. He got all ticked off at me the next day in school.
What was that? You think you're all that, huh?
For the most part.
Are you proud of what you've done?
For the most part.
You think you're good enough to date my sisters?
For the most part. Wait, what?
You made a move with my sisters, you flirtatious sack of meat.
Come on, they're the ones who grabbed me.
Please, they said you grabbed them. No one touches my sisters but me.
How did you two make up?
Dungarees insisted to bring them to prom.
Insisted? More like forced against my will. I was forced to bring
You
them.
were not forced to do anything.
You threatened me with a spork and told me that Marilyn Monroe would not approve.
Moving on, this guy Reverend Hale examines Betty, and Hale quizzes Abigail about the girls' activities in the forest and becomes suspicious of Abigail's behavior and wants to speak to them, to Tituba, who is also dancing in the woods. Eventually, Tituba confesses to speaking with the devil himself.
Oh, I've been there.
Death!
I spent the night in a European strip mall.
Anyways, let's try this again. Tituba starts accusing many of the Salem citizens of also consorting with the devil, but all of a sudden, Abigail and Betty confess that they were consorting with the devil as well. What are you gathering from this, Don?
That you guys are gonna confess to being bedwetters to soothe my pain?
Yes.
No!
Doesn't it kind of remind you of something that has happened to us, a time when we like to fend off the worst of the two outcomes?
Oh god, you're talking about the female empowerment movement meeting, aren't you?
Exactly!
What was that?
Well, Dungarees had just put thumbtacks on Whitaker's chair in his office, and we were trying not to be seen.
Now he's telling the story.
There was a female empowerment meeting going on after school that day, but to get in, you had to be a female.
Todd had the genius idea of pretending to be chicks so we could get in.
It worked, didn't it? Did anyone see us?
I don't think so.
Where do we go?
Let's try here.
What do you guys think you're doing?
We'd like to join you?
We're having a female empowerment meeting. You have to be a female to attend. Are you two females?
Yes.
Miss Brockton!
Hey, Sasha, what's going on?
Listen, lady, we just have to go. Can we go in the room?
Could you please?
Don't you find something fishy here?
Yes, I do. Come join us.
Right.
Hey, where are you going? Only females can attend the meeting.
Ma'am, we're both females. What makes her so different from me?
Look at you. You're clearly a boy. And this? This is a fine young woman. She's got the hair, the chest, the hips. She's clearly part of our female culture.
What do you mean female culture?
I'm sorry I misjudged you, sister.
Sister? What's the matter with you two?
You mean what's the matter with him?
Come on, you learned some stuff from that meeting.
Bye, girls.
How'd it go, man?
Oh, what? We're pointing out genders now?
Oh, relax, Dunk. You don't have to get all worked up.
Oh, so that's where we're going now, huh? That's what's going on? Let me tell you something. I can get worked up if I want to. I can say whatever I want. I will not let others decide my role in this society because I am an independent, free-thinking woman. What did they do to me?
Now that I think about it, it was after school. Why didn't we just leave?
But Dungarees, the point I'm trying to make here is that we pretending to be girls, just like Abigail and her friends pretending to be witches, so they won't have to suffer a greater consequence.
It's easy for you to say. You didn't have to wax your legs.
What did they do to you?
What happens at the female empowerment movement meeting stays at the female empowerment movement meeting.
Let's start you back to the Crucible. So roughly a week goes by, and John Proctor is talking with his wife about all the people throughout the town that are just confessing to being witches. Elizabeth wanted John to denounce Abigail as a fraud, but when he refuses, she becomes jealous and begins to think that he still has feelings for her from like a year ago.
This play is a soap opera waiting to happen.
Not long after, Elizabeth is accusing him of being a witch, but the court didn't confirm nor deny it. John and Elizabeth continue fighting them.
These people need a divorce lawyer. I mean, seriously, he already cheated on her once. She deserves better than...
Agrees. It's easy to invest yourself in the story, but we really should...
Me invested in the croissant table? Please. Yeah, right. Keep going, please.
So John and Elizabeth Proctor's argument is interrupted by Reverend Hale. Officers of the court suddenly arrive and arrest Elizabeth. When they take her, Proctor begs for Mary to go into Salem and expose the truth. Truth being that Abigail and the other girls are all frauds.
Oh no, he didn't.
So this doctor guy, he was originally on Abigail's side, but now he wants everyone to know that she's making all the witch stuff up?
Exactly! What does this remind you of?
Godfather.
No!
Anyways, it reminds me of the next day when I got caught putting the thumbtacks there instead of you.
Oh, yeah, right.
Let's go, Todd.
Dungarees, you have to tell Whittaker that you put the thumbtacks on his chair.
No way. I've been there enough already. You know I'm starting to smell like him?
Come on, Dungarees, please. I don't belong there.
Hurry it up, Todd.
Why can't you do anything good?
Aww.
You said that you wouldn't tell Whittaker the truth, but after I was taken away...
Then I asked Def to go into his office and tell him the truth.
Def.
What are you doing?
School's over. It's grooming time.
Whatever. Look, me and Todd got in a little... Could you put that thing away? So anyways, look. Me and Todd got in a little situation where I put thumbtacks on Widow Woodwicker's chair.
Did he sit on him?
Yeah, it was hysterical. But that's not the point. Widow Woodwicker thinks that he did it because he left his homework behind.
Homework?
It's a nerd thing.
So you're telling me that you managed to sneak into the principal's office without being seen by anyone?
Yeah, I'm done like that. So anyways, look, I need you to go tell Widow Woodwicker the truth.
Why can't you tell him?
Because I got band practice I gotta be going to. And he's kind of scared of you.
Yeah, I'm good like that. Why are you all of a sudden trying to be nice to Todd?
Well, I'm constantly doing things that are not so good. And Todd is a good person, and I feel like it would be good for a not so good person to do something good for a good person to help out for the greater good.
Sounds good.
You really do care about me, don't you?
Don't get all caught up on it, Bungalow. Just move on. What happens to the couple with the marriage issue?
So the next day, Proctor brings Mary into court and tells Judge Danforth that she will testify that Abigail and the other girls are lying.
Just like how I sent Def to go tell Widow Woodwicker that you were lying about the thumbtacks.
Exactly. So people are suspicious of things Proctor is saying.
Just like how Widow Woodwicker was suspicious about the things that Def was saying.
Well, I think everyone is suspicious about the things that Def says. But yes, you get that.
Okay, you know the drill?
Steal a stapler and plunge his face.
What? No, just tell him exactly what I told you.
Okay, here goes something. You owe me a back rub.
But sir, it wasn't me who...
I have something to declare.
Can it wait, Daph? Can't you see I'm busy?
No, it cannot wait, bucko.
Okay, relax. What is it?
What are you doing here?
Just hear me out. It is very good for a not so good to do good, not so good to do a good idea. Not so good person can give the goods. Good not so good can good. I look chiseled when I hammer up drywall.
I was beyond confused.
I was just saying what Dungarees said.
You think Def looks chiseled when hammers up drywall?
No, that's not what I said. Look, can we just wrap this up, please?
Yeah, oh yeah. Just like Widow Woodwicker was suspicious, Danforth was suspicious of Proctor. Then Danforth tells Proctor that Elizabeth is pregnant.
Wait, Def didn't tell Widow Woodwicker that you were pregnant. The stories are starting to branch apart now.
Well, that's where you're wrong.
Really?
Yeah,
You're pregnant?
What? No. What I mean is the stories relate to one another. Remember how Widow Woodwicker let me go for a short amount of time when he found out I had a Boy Scout meeting to attend to? Sir, please, I really have to get going. I have tons of homework to do, plus I have a Boy Scouts of America meeting, and
I used to be a Boy Scout when I was a young lad.
Be prepared?
You really are a Boy Scout. Okay, you can go to your meeting, but this isn't over.
Thank you so much, sir.
Hey, Todd.
Yes, sir?
Could I come?
No. Sorry.
Okay, okay then. Stupid question, sorry.
See you later, sir.
Wait, he wanted to go to your Boy Scouts meeting with you?
Yeah, it was kind of disturbing. But anyways, the girls say that Mary is the reason they became witches. This ticks Proctor off, so he tells the court that Abigail was doing this because of the jealousy of Proctor's wife after the affair. Then the court asks Elizabeth if Proctor has always been honest, but she lies to save Proctor. But the court doesn't believe her. The girls make Mary lose it, and she says that Proctor is a witch. Proctor gets really angry, and because of it, he gets arrested.
Decimal pressing acetate. What? Decimal pressing acetate. Have you heard of it?
No?
My mom uses it to stop wetting the bed.
Okay, buddy. There you go.
Okay, can we wrap this up, please? I want to get out of here before people start asking for autographs.
So after a few months, Abigail runs away with all of Paris's money.
You go, girl!
So Reverend Hill begs the people who were falsely accused of witches to confess falsely in order to save their lives, but all the girls refuse. But Danforth asks Elizabeth to convince John to confess to be a witch. She agrees and is successful in convincing John to confess. However, John refuses to point the finger at anyone else. Eventually, the court wants his confession to be made public, but Proctor gets furious again and tears up his confession. And again, claims that he had never admitted to being guilty.
Jeez, forget the divorce lawyer. This guy needs a therapist. He's already lost his stock twice. He needs to get his priorities straight.
Don, I thought you wanted to wrap this up.
Yeah. Go on, Poindexter.
So after all of that, Proctor goes along to the gallows with the others. And that's the end of the Salem witch trials.
So, when does the book end?
It just did.
Oh, okay then.
So do you think you're gonna do well in the test?
Only one way to find out.
Hey, Dungarees.
What, Def?
Before you're famous for your Dungarees wedding techniques, can I have your autograph?
Def, don't...
I don't need no sanitation!
So, Dev, how do you think you did on the test?
Are Indians great at pogo sticking?
I don't even know what that means. They really are harsh, aren't they?
Yep.
There's a rotten grape in my fanny pack.
Don't let them get you down, Dung. They're not worth it.
You know, I'm actually not feeling down at all.
Really? Why?
Todd, I knew every answer on that test. I just thought back to the times we talked about in the library and the answers just came to me. That never would have happened if it wasn't for all the memories we've shared. And I must thank you for that.
It's my pleasure, Dungarees. It's just sad that we only have 33 days left of high school.
And we better make them count.
We always do, Dung. We always do.
So, what do we do now?
Why don't we start a new book, The Great Gatsby?
Every time.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.